Hi everyone, I'm Anika Ray. I'm an Akashic Records certified professional, instructor, teacher, reader, practitioner, and also spiritual intuitive and channeler. And in this video, I wanted to share about the Akashic Records and what they truly are, but from the vantage point of somebody like myself that has been working in the records for a long time as a practitioner. My Akashic Records journey started way back in 2012 when I was looking for more purpose and deeper meaning that I have lost previously. I was also looking for healing and kind of healing that element of grief that I've had because my father's passing was really difficult for me. And I turned to other spiritual teachers and practitioners that guided me to the Akashic Records. I knew very little of the Akashic Records, and if I'm being honest, that was my first experience of doing any kind of spiritual work or any kind of work in that realm. And from what I have learned and experienced, I wanted to share that if you have heard this definition about the Akashic Records, that they are the library of the soul. They contain books about life or light. They contain this cosmic wisdom. This is all very true. The true definition of the records is that they are the energetic library. They're also a soul level dimension of consciousness. And they do contain a vibrational records of every soul's journey and everything that's alive. And that means all the aspects of it, whether it's past, present, or future. The reason why they're called the Akashic is because they come from the word Akasha, and that is the energy that you actually find within the record. So if this is something that is new to you, Akashic actually means primary substance. It's the Sanskrit word Akasha. And that's that energy of the source that exists within the records that's never been touched by thoughts or emotions. The records is because this is a vibrational or energetic record, something that is sort of like a chronicle, a history that really exists within the records. And what I can tell you, the records are really an infinite spiritual resource. However, the reason why I'm doing this video is because a lot of people get confused and they have these expectations when they go into the records that they're actually going to find this gigantic library, that there are going to be books there, and that they're going to experience that. And if they don't experience this, then they might not be in the records. Well, I'm here to really debunk that, because ultimately this energetic library of the soul, right, this cosmic library is going to be presented to you in a way that is suitable for you. Now, because we are referring to energy and this library can be presented to you in a way that you just have a sense of knowing that you are in a different energy or space. Most people, about 80% of people have that shift where they just have these thoughts within them that this is a different space or energy, that something is different from ordinary reality. Then a smaller percentage of people also have feelings that, maybe tingling in the arm, there's some coldness or hot, there's pressure. All of these things have been described to me from people that actually have started to connect or access the records. And some smaller percentage of people can see images and hear words. Generally, I want you to really know that this is a combination of senses. So you may have hearing and seeing, feeling and knowing. Generally, it's a combination, and that's how it's going to be presented to you. As I'm saying, these can be feelings, sense of knowing, images, or words, and generally a combination. So don't really judge your experience. The reason why this is set up this way is because the records, as we connect or access them as this energetic library, present themselves in a way that is comfortable for us, that is meaningful to us both on a soul level and also as a human. And that also something will stay consistent as you always, right, connect or access the records. That experience of the Akashic Records will stay consistent. In my case, when I started to connect and access the records, I was and had a feeling that I was transported into this very small room with very dim light. I didn't see at first books. However, the space and room and visually seeing has stayed consistent. Then I started to kind of hear some words. And as I started to learn how to read the records, then it became evident, right? And I don't want to get too far. I just wanted to reiterate that your own experience of the records will be unique, that energetic library of the soul will present itself the way that's supportive to you as a human and as a soul, and that something will stay consistent as you connect or access the records. Now, the connecting and accessing of the records is going to be reserved for another video, but I want to encourage you again, if you have found a method and you're accessing the records and you're not seeing a library, you're not seeing books, you're not seeing anything similar, however, there is some slight shift that you're experiencing, you certainly sense, feel, have a sense of knowing you are in a different space and you are in a different reality, or it feels slightly different, to honor that experience and not give up as you continue to access the records, finding something that is consistent and really enjoying the experience. Now, if you like this video, I highly encourage you to share it with other people, subscribe to my channel so that I can share more of my experience and knowledge about the Akashic Records with you. I also teach about the Akashic Records and how to access and connect to them. And all of my classes are pretty much live, but there are some recorded ones. I will leave the links in the description. They're on this platform called Learn It Live. I also do Akashic Records readings. So if you want to experience the readings and kind of see what that actually looks like from that vantage point, you can. I will also leave the links in the description. Thank you so much, and I hope that this was helpful to you.